Minecraft Hardcore is considered the most challenging mode in vanilla Minecraft. I'll be attempting my own world to see if I'm able to survive while achieving all of my goals. Will I actually survive though? Let's find out. Loading into the world, the first thing I did immediately was chop wood. With this, we are already on track for the perfect start. My objectives during the course of this video consist of finding a village, building a house, and making an infinite iron farm. And in order to complete these things, I'll need to divide these tasks into 4 different stages, with each stage getting progressively harder. Alright, now with that out of the way, let's get started. I crafted wooden tools and a crafting table, mined enough cobblestone for stone tools, and had to kill fishes for food even though my favorite movie was Nemo. Christopher Columbus was an explorer who for a long time was credited for discovering America. In this case, I'm gonna be an explorer who finds a village. I'm gonna need a boat in order to start my own voyage. Soon I'll be able to set sail on my expedition for the village. I'm gonna need a lot of iron from my trip, so I need to stack up on that first. I don't remember Minecraft villages being this hard to find, but I found this really cool cave which I was really fond of for some reason. I've been looking for a plains biome for at least 30 minutes and I still cannot find a village. After searching forever, I finally found the village, which meant we are now back on track for the perfect start. I don't want mobs to spawn, so the first thing I need to do is place torches everywhere. After doing calculations, I realized I'm gonna need a lot of wood, so I'm gonna get to chopping. Earlier I found a bamboo farm and I realized I was gonna need it for scaffolding. Alright, so it's officially time to start my base, and the first thing I need to do is make a bridge. The theme for my house is going to be a cool lake house, so I'm really excited about it. Bridge is now finally complete. Now that the bridge is finally done, I could expand my base. Okay, I've officially figured out how long I want my house to be, so I'm gonna cut to a montage in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I filled out the bottom of my house, so stage 1 is officially complete. Now it's officially time to start stage 2. I'm gonna need a lot of carrots from the village because villagers needed to breed, and I want to feed them carrots instead of bread. Stage 2 is gonna be making the upper layer of my house. So now that I have the base set, I could focus on creating the upper layer, which is going to involve wooden pillars and stuff like that. Oh, and I forgot to let you guys know that I was also planting sugarcane around this time. So that's why I have an abundance of sugarcane towards the end of the video. After I gathered more wood, I could finally start building the pillars of my house. I needed to make sure they were all correct because I was gonna make this house expand into other areas of the world. This whole time I forgot that my bamboo farm was growing, so now it's officially time to chop it down. After a while, I finally got the base layout down, so now it's officially time to start the building. In the comments, let me know if you guys like these building montages or if you'd prefer I just cut to the finished product towards the end. Yeah, I know that even with the music, it may not look as cool as it seems, but I heard that building could be therapeutic. Okay, just 3 more blocks to go and I was officially done with the roof. The interior is looking a little dry, so I'm gonna add a few finishing touches for more decoration. I was also gonna need a lot of sand in order to create windows, so I started getting that first. While I was digging for sand, I found lapis, which was gonna be really helpful. So I put the sand in the furnace, and after a certain time, I was ready to go. Okay, after putting the glass, I was really happy with how the house was looking so far. Trust me, it's gonna look much better soon. After finishing up the house, I built another bridge to the carrot farm I was working on. I'm gonna have a lot of bridges because I'm gonna connect these things to different parts. I also wanted to give thanks to somebody that commented under my video explaining to me that my farm didn't have to be a certain way, so I put their user here. Yeah, as you can see, I had a lot more carrots compared to my old farm I had in my other video. I think this farmer villager doesn't approve of my farm at all, which is really funny because he thinks I'm taking his job. I moved all of my belongings into my house, so that meant that stage 2 was officially complete. Now we move on to stage 3, which means I'm gonna need iron. And by iron, I mean a lot of iron. So we have to head to the caves. There's a huge cave right by the village mountain, so this is honestly perfect. First, I had to make sure I have enough torches for the cave because this is hardcore, so I don't want mobs to spawn. I'm gonna give you guys a quick montage because I find caving kinda boring. Alright, I left the caves because not only did I have enough iron, but I also found a baby zombie, which are notorious for ending hardcore runs. Now that I finished mining, I was gonna need sheep in order to commence stage 3. So most of it was just spent killing sheep. After killing sheep for a few minutes, I finally had enough wool. The reason I need this much wool is because I need beds. And why I need so many beds, you'll find out in a few. Actually, you're gonna find out right now. The reason why I need so many beds is because I'm gonna make a villager breeder. I was gonna need a lot of villagers for my iron farm, so I just wanted to get it out the way first. Okay, so I was gonna need a lot of rails in order to transport my villagers. So after a certain amount of time, and I will not say how long it took me, but I was able to transport the villagers into the villager breeder. Villagers are really hard to work with in Minecraft, but after so long I was able to get them inside, and I was gonna need them in order to make my iron farm more efficient. With the villager breeder complete, it means that we are now done with stage 3. In the next morning, I harvested and planted more carrots, and I was also gonna need more wood for expanding my base on stage 4. Yeah, I got a lot of wood. I made a bridge to the villager breeder, which didn't work, by the way. Then I made another bridge. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna have behind my house yet. All I know is that I have an empty space for building. But the layout is ready, so may the building begin. If you're enjoying the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It means a lot. Alright, let's get back to the video. Okay, the house is looking nice so far. I keep feeding carrots to the villagers, but I'm not sure why the villager breeder just doesn't work. No matter how many carrots I feed them. Now it's time to decorate the exterior and interior of my house. I added an upper floor to my house, decorated the outside a bit, and added a staircase indoors. And added torches too. Now we are officially on stage 4, which is the final stage, where I begin the iron farm. And I may or may have not have used the YouTube tutorial. To get started on the farm, I needed all of the villagers in this hole. Most of them got in here without any trouble. By not any trouble, I mean that there was a lot of trouble because villagers are hard to work with. I forgot that hitting a villager summons an iron golem, so I got really scared. I added hoppers and a double chest in order to get the loot from the iron that's gonna come out. I had to get lava for the farm, but while I was down there, I found diamonds, which I was really happy about, honestly, because I wasn't even trying to find them. I needed to break all of the railing in order to create space. A zombie was the last thing I needed in order for the farm to work, but the skeleton didn't want it working. I finally managed to lure the zombie into the trap, and stage 4 and the iron farm are now complete. The way this farm works is that the iron golem thinks the villagers are in danger, but the iron golem keeps dying because of the lava. Which, now that I think about it, is really evil. Even though it's kind of cruel, I'm still happy it's finally working. A wandering trader spawned near my house, which I found really cool. The first thing the villager did when they arrived was look at the iron farm. From the looks of it, they were not happy at all. Do they see me as a monster, a fraud, a villain invading their land? I spent more time decorating the interior of my house, wary of what the wandering trader thought about me. I put slabs, barrels, and leaves in order to make the rooms look more alive and full. Interior decoration is always what makes a house go from a 5 to a 10 in my opinion, so this was really fun. I'm gonna start adding these clay pots too to make the interior pop. Now the house is looking much better after I added greenery. I also made a sheep farm because I was gonna need wool in the future. After seeing the look of terror on the wandering trader's face, I decided it was time to change my ways, so I turned a new leaf and built the villagers a monument. While I can't undo the damage I've done to the villagers, I can try to make peace with them instead. The monument is gonna be used in the next video, so stay tuned. I took iron from the farm, checked out the monument one last time, ran to the village, and gave iron to the entire village. I reflected on my journey and noticed that my start may not have been perfect, but I learned something far more important, which was to see the errors of my ways and learn the truth about Columbus. And that's why it's important to tell history, so it's not to be repeated. Signed, Cyrax.